Just voice and gameplay, yeah.
Of course, of course. I'm just trying to get everything set up first. Okay, update.
Exciting.
Hype. Channel.
Fucking 6 streams open. 7.
Why do you have 7? I only have 4.
I have all of the perspectives open.
Oh my goodness, this guy. Alright, it's in event planning.
What you're supposed to be doing that.
I was just gonna jump between 4. I think 7's a bit crazy. I was just gonna go.
I have the Northgard Twitch, but I have all the perspectives. Okay, well you're streaming, so I guess it's gonna be like impossible.
That's right.
On your internet.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much why. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh, hello, Dr. Wolf.
Hello. Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
You have like a vibrator, like
you
right
have
behind
a
your
bit
mouth.
of yeah, some feedback or something.
What?
You should
Feedback.
put push to talk on.
Yeah.
Wait 1 second. Is
Sure.
it better now?
Nope.
No, it's still there. It's a little bit better. Okay, it's gone now.
There we go. Yep.
That's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Perfectly sure. A little
For
bit.
the most part.
What about now?
Famous last
Not
words.
at all.
You know what? We're not gonna hear you on stream, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
It's okay. That's good. That's
All
good.
right. Let me.
Sorry.
Capture. Okay.
All right. Are you live?
Yes, I am
Yes.
live. I'm just trying to get some of the background stuff going. All right. So then, how about we go ahead and get started with
Dude,
team captains?
Northgard TV. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Professional. The heck was that? So, False, can you go ahead and start re-explaining everything, and then while I try and pull up the Discord and chat, please.
All right. So we are going to have a 3v3 show match with some of the best players in the game, all king ranks. And first off, we're gonna have 2 captains, and we're gonna basically have them choose their teammates. So, who should we have the captains be? It was gonna be Crazy Dentist and Cortnax. Cortnax, right?
Cortinax, yeah.
Wow, rude. Cortinax.
Yeah, sorry.
Check your phrasing.
Cortinax, yes.
Yep.
All right, so I guess we could do a heads or tails and see who gets to pick first and second.
All right, I can do the coin flip. Crazy Dentist, call it in the air.
Or you can just do rock, paper, scissors and say
Okay.
rock, paper, scissors at the same time.
I already flipped a coin.
All right. Crazy Dentist, heads or tails?
All right,
Heads.
Cortnax, pick.
All right.
Did you say heads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tails, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right, Crazy Dentist, do you want to pick first or second?
Mm,
You can get the
I
first
think
pick
I'll
and
go
last
second,
pick. Second pick, okay. Then Cortnax,
Yep.
who is your first teammate?
Only race.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
Big picks.
Okay, Crazy Dentist, you got the second and third pick.
well, I go with Teabag
All right,
and yeah, Wolf.
Dr. Wolf. All right, and then Tonks will be on Cortnax's team with only Rex.
Cool. All right, so then let's have Team Cortnax go into lobby 2 and other team go to lobby 3 because I forgot who the team captains are. And False and I will just hop in between the 2 teams. Who are we going to have host?
Wait, who is going to lobby 3? Cortinax or the other guy? Crazy Dentist.
Whichever team you're supposed to be on.
You're gonna be in
Yeah, I
lobby
believe-
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Tonks needs to go with Cortinax and only Rex. Bangin'.
All right, they're off.
All right, let me PM someone because I forgot that I needed to do that. Whoops, that's not what I was looking
Next
for.
to host a game.
I believe so, but he has to not be tabbed out.
That is true.
Cam is frozen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 10 out of 10, frozen Cam. Oh, no. Hang on. It's supposed to deactivate when not showing. There we go. Alright, alright. So let me go ahead. Scene 3? Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Had to try and like tailor the URL channel to it. I'm already here. Oh, well, I do it because I care. And I think the real winner of this match is going to be Team Sock, but it's okay.
Team Sock.
Team.
Dude, I have a
Mike
sock on my microphone now too. So it actually helps so much.
It does. It's so good.
It's godly.
Team Mike Sock is honestly best team. All right. So we
All
need.
right, so we're getting Cornax to host a game at the moment. It's going to be medium difficulty 3v3, of course. Large map, all victory.
Awesome. Awesome. This is exciting, dude. It's like an actual event. Now all we need is spectator mode. All right, so Falls, tell me about Cornax, and what do you think some of his strengths and weaknesses are coming into this matchup today?
Cornax, man. He's been taking a break for a little bit, but I think he still has a lot of his ability because Northgard, it's not like an intense. You have to practice, every day to keep your aim on point or whatever. It's all about game sense, and Cornax definitely has a lot of experience. He's got a lot of game sense, and he's famous for his really good Raven plays. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually goes Raven.
Teams are setting up. Ooh, Teabag's actually going for Wolf.
Going for a Wolf.
That's
interesting. Yeah, I've seen him playing Wolf, and obviously, knowing Teabag, he's got some plans for the for the clan, and maybe even a rush strat.
Well, I was gonna say I'm kind of surprised because he was. Oh, now he's gone back to random. I was gonna say he's more commonly known, at least from when I've seen him. He's more commonly known for his bear play. I've always seen him play bear, and now it's just like, oh my goodness. I guess this is a great opportunity since we have the cream of the crop here, and they're all going to be playing for what I think we can all generally assume is going to be some sort of rush strat. How do you think the balance of the clans is going to kind of weigh into this matchup today?
I think the clan choice is going to be really important. Obviously, if you pick something that doesn't complement each other very well, like maybe duplicate clans of the same, like two goats, that wouldn't be very beneficial as a team. Because then you're splitting sheep. But we're gonna have to wait until they first pick their clans.
It's actually,
before you really can make any decision.
So far, it looks like it's gonna be mirrored. I don't know if Cornax is gonna go for stag, but we do. Whoop, and there goes that. He needs to stop alt tabbing, I swear.
You can just swap. They're all on the lobby. So
Yeah.
you can just swap to another.
But Teabags is all in French, and I can't read French. There we go. We've got we're spectating only Rex now. All right. So Rex and Rex is the only one.
Magic is in the game. But yeah, we're missing one player.
Oh, who are we missing? Crazy. Oh, we're missing Wolf. Yeah, Magic isn't supposed to be in here.
Who is this person?
Here, I'll PM Cortinax. Hang on.
What is this? I messaged him and he said he couldn't play Magic.
Oh, that's awkward.
We don't need him.
Oh, wait, is Magic Man? No, Magic Man isn't Dr. Wolf. Dr. Wolf is actually called Dr. Wolf.
He's
okay, here we go, here we go. Hang on.
right. Sorry about that. A little bit of a mix-up.
There we go. John Julio? Question mark? Not the same guy?
That's not.
Not the same guy?
Dr. Wolf. Vladnovsky is not Dr. Wolf.
This story of a man and a wolf came to get them in here.
Oh god, this organization. Why is this not invite only?
Cause balance, my dude. Just, well, it's typically how it goes.
All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna talk to Cornex.
He doesn't have, Cornex doesn't have him apparently. All right, well, while we casually just lobby Scrum to, well, try and get Dr. Wolf in here, because apparently Dr. Wolf is just not getting in here. Oh, speaking of the devil, there we go. There's Dr. Wolf. So we will be doing a 3v3. Looks like we have basically only Wolf. Actually, no, it's Wolf Stag on Team 2. Oh, hello there.
Hey.
All right, so we got Dr. Wolf, and he's playing Bear. I'm gonna do, like, right before the round starts, I'm gonna do one big reset on all of the streams, just so that I'm at like 0-0 with them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand.
Because I think having four streams open and streaming, it's a little bit rough on the my already limited internet.
Yeah.
All right, so Wolf, Stag, Bear for Team 2, and there's only been Wolf played out for only Rex. The longer this stream, the less, the more exposure we get. True. So Tongs and Cortnex. Actually, no, we do have a Stag for Cortnex. So do we see basically just a mirror matchup, essentially? Are we going to see Wolf, Stag, Bear?
Sort of. Yeah. It's going to be a fairly good mid, late game, and early game. Just basically a very balanced team composition, I see.
Goat!
Oh, Tongs.
There it is,
Nice,
boy.
back to random.
Oh, sad day.
So Stag is known for being very versatile. You can be aggressive early game, but you can also have a very strong mid and late game.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess because of this matchup, they're playing it safe and they want to be ready for anything.
No, it makes sense. They've pretty much chosen the 3 clans that just excel basically in one in the early, one in the middle, and one in the late game, essentially. Memorize in T plus 3 hours? Memories in T plus 3 hours. Oh. So, you know, I'm not too I'm not too surprised that they chose these clans. I mean, again, every clan in itself is quite solid. But at this point, what we need to do is we need to get into this game, see how these players are going to handle. Because the next thing at this point is just communication. Seeing how these players kind of interact and handle, kind of working with each other is going to be very important since we have king ranks. So everyone's as good as they can be. They're all playing mirror matchups. So it comes down to skill at this point.
Yeah, the only difference in clans is Goat and Bear.
Oh, I just refreshed the wrong thing. LOL. Okay.
Their late game and their early game and their strategies.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry, I just refreshed all of the channels just in case, so that we can get that solid load in. I'm kind of hoping the in-game volume is still prevalent.
Everyone's loading in right now.
I don't actually think
it's exciting.
Whoa. Cortnex giving us some art on his channel. There we go. All right, so Cortnex is in. Everyone else is still loading in currently. There we go. All right, and we're in. But looks like Crazy Dentist did not load in. So we might be just waiting for him right now.
Yep. It's customary of these.
What mannered
servers
players
just need to take a little bit of time to wait for everyone to load in. Hopefully you didn't fail connection, but that wouldn't be an issue. We can just All right, we're gonna rehost the game. Dentist did not make it in, unfortunately.
Make it invite only. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Okay, so dentist crashed on, died upon arrival. That's. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the first Northgard game.
Not gonna count. Yeah.
It wouldn't be a Northgard game without having to lobby Scrum at least once. Okay, invite the people. I put to invite only. Good guy court next. I need to remember not to like scroll my screen. It's kind of weird. There we go. Yeah, it's perfect. We won one match, says Dr.
People are
Wolf.
back in the lobby. Let's hopefully get this game started.
Let's get this train wreck rolling, kids. Here we. Oh, hang on. Tonks again on that goat though. Like I really want him to see it. I really want to see it. So can you? I'm dumb as all get out. Dumb as a box of rocks. What do you think you'd be expecting to see? Are we gonna see like an 801 mat like rush, or are we gonna be seeing more like 802, possibly even 803 as like? As shady as saying that phrase.
Seeing as this team composition, I think an early rush 801 is very possible, especially considering these type of players.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Yeah,
only
boy.
Rex, only Rex, one of the resident rush, creators, inventors of the early mid 801 rush. Doing
Only
it with
Rex.
Bear, doing it with Wolf. And you see Wolf and Bear are both on team 2.
Mm-hmm. Hang on.
Although they do have a goat. The thing is, goat isn't that good at rushing, so maybe only Rex's team is looking to not.
To play more of like a passive, like either mid or late game kind of setup, essentially. Yeah. There's only one thing I have to say about that. Only Rex, more like only Rush. I'm gonna stop and we're done here. This entire event was just for that one joke. We're done here, guys. That's it. Take it away.
Pack it up.
No. Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that we're gonna see from this setup this lineup essentially is we're gonna see the Rush meta really kind of take its hold on these players. I mean, I really do want to see Goat played, but as much as I like watching GOAT players just get rolled by, 15 warriors, it's probably on its way already. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. The metas has changed quite a lot, actually, because before the, I guess, Rush era, GOAT was very powerful. In fact, it's still considered pretty overpowered because of the sheep. The sheep just give you so much food, and so you can sustain so much. But because of the powerfulness of early game, GOAT has sort of taken a backseat in high-level games.
Makes sense. All right, and we're in game.
Everyone's loading in. Hopefully yeah, it looks like everyone's in.
Woo!
No connecting to servers.
Pixels.
So, all right, we're starting out with that scout camp on everyone's tile. Of course, some people opting not to build a house on their main tile because now with the increased population limit from 5 to 6, you can wait until you take your first tile,
which is super nice, by the way.
So that saves you a building space. Yeah, it's very convenient.
Because especially now, the way that because what used to happen, and you touched on this just a little bit, is when you start off in the game, you typically need to drop down your house or your Woodcutter's Lodge scout camp mandatory, or house scout camp, and then you kind of had to wait around, scrub around, see if you can possibly find that extra space for your like a forest or something. Then you drop your Woodcutter's Lodge. But as False had mentioned with the early game, now that you have 6 spaces, it just gives you basically a little bit more time to scout around, really make your decision, give yourself some decision-making time and figure out what you need to do. Sorry, I'm just setting the volume a little bit.
Super convenient, and it gives it sets you up for a little bit extra difference in playstyle. You know, changing where you place your house, where you place your woodcutters, just like little things that help diversify the gameplay.
Absolutely. All right, so let's see. Basically,
The only Rex is taking lore pretty early as Wolf, so he's going to be getting Conqueror
Yep.
and all the other powerful military lores pretty early.
So essentially, Rex is going for exactly what we would kind of expect to see, a very aggressive Wolf player, which, I mean, it's definitely to be expected. And he does, if you're on his channel, he does have 2 sheep on his right side tile, so he probably will try and colonize over to Tonks and send him those 2 sheep.
Of course, definitely. If you have a goat on your team, you always want to
Always.
be, or at least in most cases, you want to be giving the sheep just because they're so powerful.
Absolutely. Now, I'm a little bit... Hang on. Where is Dr. Wolf? Dr. Wolf has not... Oh, no, he's started to take tiles. Okay, I was a little bit worried because I was looking at the minimap and I saw that he's basically just taken his second tile. If you look on the minimap on basically any player on Team Crazy Dentist. And I was just a little bit worried because typically, you know...
The middle was just found by Cortinax, so he's going to get that extra fame bonus.
Very helpful, especially for Stag. That getting to, I believe, just 200 so you can get all of those initial resources. Very, very helpful. Excuse me. And also this
If
really
you look
just...
on Tong's cam, you can also see that he has 2 sheep already right beside his starting tile. So the goat is going to be very powerful late game. I'm going to expect the other team to do an early rush before the goat is all set up.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I think there's a total of 6 sheep on the goat's team, or team Rex essentially, or Team Cortinax, excuse me. He's going to have a total of 6 sheep for his goat, so definitely very strong.
Actually, Cortinax has 2 sheep as well, so that's total 8 sheep on one side of the map already.
Oh goodness! So they definitely are going to have the resources they need to win this out.
Yeah, perhaps the goat pick was the right pick.
Well, you know, when push comes to shove, RNG will definitely tell you who's their winner. And actually, real quick, I wanted to make a point to this because one of the biggest things that a lot of definitely high-skilled players do is they'll actually trade their lores and shipwrecks. And we saw it just for a second on Cortinax's stream, but he was looking over at, I believe, Tonks, who was giving Cortinax, excuse me, his shipwreck. And one of the biggest things that always spreads the wheat from the chaff, if you will, is seeing the players willing to kind of trade and give up their you know, closer shipwrecks and ruins to other players so that they can, you know, help the team instead of help the self, which is a very big deal. And actually right now, perfect case in point, we have, I believe it is only Rex coming in, and Cortinax is basically giving him the 2 wolves to kill off so that he can get the 20 food from killing one of those wolves. And instead of having to, you know, just take the damage and fight him, he's going to let only Rex come in, essentially, last hit the wolf so he can get the food, but it also helps with clearing out. So it's kind of that symbiotic relationship for the players.
Yeah, definitely having a good wolf player on your team is such a boon because he can clear a bunch of stuff for you. If you have good teamwork, the wolf also benefits so much from all this early clearing. He's going to have so much food early game, and that's going to let him expand, get really well set up for the early game, which is exactly what they need.
Exactly. Absolutely. And I need my mouse. There's my mouse. All right. Rex has just started taking his ruins since he is the middle player. I don't know. Do you feel like it's worth giving up the middle ruins when you're the middle player? Since oh no, he just sent his 2 warriors onto a 3 wolf tile, and all of his warriors were kind of low HP, so they just got.
I think he's sacrificing his units just because in the early game it takes a lot less time to make your people back, and I don't think he's going to build healers anytime soon, so it's not going to be worth it for him to keep
That's
Those
actually
people around wounded.
That's actually one thing I wanted to bring up, and I want to get your thoughts on healing huts, because at least I know I don't really start building them until like 802, and typically what I like to do, especially with my wounded units, is I'll either send them as scouts to go scout till they die, or I just have them become miners and then just kind of hope that a Draugr or something like moseys onto the tile. What are your thoughts about the about warrior sacrifices, essentially?
I think early game in some situations, if they're just like a single hit from death, sacrificing them is overall more efficient, especially if you're going for an early gameplay. And we just saw a very strange thing. First year feasting, that's usually not something that you see in high level games, because you want to save your feasts for when you have a lot of population to benefit from it. But they just did a first year feast. That's a big indication that they're going to do a rush.
Absolutely.
Early 801 rush.
And just for us, so that I know where you're looking, if you can say the person's name, like, oh, hey,
oh yeah, sure.
It's because it's like, oh, someone feasted. Okay, so it's either one or the other team, and I clicked on every other person.
On only Rex's side. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He actually sent out a feast from all the food he's gotten from killing the wolves.
Which, I mean, again, it's that symbiotic relationship. It helps with Rex's team for him to be the feaster, since, I mean, he's been clearing all of these wolves, and it also helps both Cortinax and Tonks, especially Tonks, since the Goat Clan needs that, they need to get into that mid to late game as fast as possible, especially since Teabag, Crazy Dentist, and Dr. Wolf are probably on their way already.
One thing that's also interesting is I'm seeing Teabag mine iron already before the winter. So that's quite a commitment to getting iron, and I'm thinking he's committing to getting an early Berserker, just so that he's got that strong
yep, there it is.
Military power. Yeah, he just bought it right now. Wow, so this is pretty interesting. I've never done this myself, but let's see what he does with the Berserker.
I could definitely see him, basically, they're going to scout. The real question is, who are they going to have get the upgraded? Actually, it looks like Crazy Dentist has got the Town Hall too, so Crazy Dentist might be the scouter for the team, and then Teabag and Dr. Wolf are kind of going to be like the strong arm of their clan, and they're going to just walk in with their shield bearer axe thrower combo, since they'll probably be using the sharp weapons bonus or the military discipline to get that 5% bonus for every military unit. So I think that their setup is actually quite powerful, especially for such an early game. The question, though, on everyone's mind is, can Tonks hit that mid to late game stride before 14 warrior berserker wombo combo is walking down their front door?
Yeah, looking at Tonks' lore, he's went for trading, and I think he wants to go amenities all the way to food trade. So that's it's a little scary, because that lore sets you up for a mid-late game. But with the build that Crazy Dentist's team is going with, the early scouting, early berserker, I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get food trade and then also get the military lures that he needs, weaponsmith and military strategy.
Absolutely. And real quick, sorry I didn't explain this properly. This will be a best of 3 for all of these players, so we will be playing at least one more, or actually 2 more games after this, depending on how handedly this is. But since at least, I mean, I guess it will depend. I mean, we'll have to see how quickly these players get through. I mean, if everyone's still comfortable with playing a best of 5 after we get through 3 games, then hey, let's go for it. But obviously, these guys are human, as much as we like to think that they're gods, and they do need, respite every once in a while. Ooh, this is good. So on Cortinax's channel, or on his side,
yes.
He's currently sitting with all of his villagers on a non-food tile with his food silo, because it's actually more efficient or more prudent to just ignore the farm that is on his base. Oh, he is on a deer tile, but he doesn't even have a hunter's lodge. So, I mean, what is the reasoning behind that? If you could explain to me.
Just for early game, it's more efficient to have everyone gathering on a silo, and especially in the winter, the farm actually doesn't give you any benefit if it's not upgraded in the winter. So building the silo in the first summer and having all your villagers gather on it is much more efficient than having 2 farmers on the farm for a few months and then having them suffer through winter.
Makes sense. It does look like on Courtnex's stream though, Crazy Dentist has just scouted him, so they are kind of prepping, and I think Courtnex is actually kind of letting his team know, hey, by the way, Dentist is scouting me. Get ready, it's coming. The push is coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
They all know it.
And that's gonna be kind of the big deal. Actually, real quick, looking at our army counts, only Rex is the only person actually with any sort of military. So none of the players have really started to build their militaries, if you will. But every player has at least a minimum of 2 training camps or barracks or whatever anywhere. And yeah, it's a 3 scout push from Crazy Dentist. So it's coming. It's going to be an 802 push, and it's coming. I mean, Courtnex is even getting a preemptive tower just to be safe. Two towers, actually.
I think that might be for... Is that for new? Oh, no. This is very early.
Yeah. He's
now he's getting barracks, pretty much getting ready for that attack that he knows is happening. He's also getting defensive strategy. So he is turtling up hard.
He knows it's coming. He knows it's coming, and everyone's kind of getting ready, because 802 is typically around the time when every player and their mom is about to start pushing in with the 15 warrior push, if you will.
Yeah,
Though
801.
I'm a little bit concerned. Rex only has 50 gold right now. And
Yeah, he does have his Berserker popped out, which is going to be a lot of damage.
True.
And he has a few upgraded axes, but they don't have a lot of health at all, and he's going to have to take a lot of time to slowly heal them.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit... I mean, we'll probably see the players start to kind of gather for the big push. And I mean, technically it is only 801, but there are, I believe, 6 warriors already out for Teabag. No, not Teabag. Actually, yeah, it is Teabag. There's 6 warriors pushing with the Berserker. So it's either the push is coming, or Teabag's just going to go ahead and start being aggressive and harass Courtnex's base. The towers are up, which is good to see. And Teabag is aware that the towers are up, so they're going to have to probably get some shield bearers or something to just kind of tank those tower shots. Since, oh, and by the way, in case you didn't know, there's also 4 Draugrs guarding the tower space, the towers to push for Courtnex's base. So at least they'll have a little bit of a buffer as well. It's not just like 3 wolves or something. It's 4 Draugrs, 4 60 HP, 10 resistance, and like 10 damage Draugrs. So it's, you know, it's not going to stop the push, but it's definitely, it helps.
I think, honestly, on Crazy Dentist's side, he should have scouted the goat first, because taking him out, taking away his tiles with the sheep on it early on is going to be so
Very
important.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing it right now, yeah, Courtnex making army. Actually, the goat he's got 8 warband, 10 warband ready. And not a lot of gold, but he's getting the gold right now. So yeah,
Giants were
pushing the goat early was definitely important, but they didn't do that. And now they're making army.
I was gonna say,
push
Giants were scouted, so you know, as long as the goat gets a little bit more time, he will definitely have the military available, just because of that food trade. And yeah, here comes on Only Rex's stream, we do have Courtnex and Rex pushing out with the Axe Thrower Shield Bearer wombo combo. So it's definitely happening, and it looks like, yeah, Teabag recognizes that it is on its way, and they're going to be pushing in from Teabag's side. So the beginning of the end has come.
Teabag's eco is not doing so hot right now. Feasts are just coming out constantly on Only Rex's side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to have to... It's going to be very important how they engage on this, because those shield bearers are massive, and having those axe throwers just sit in the back, basically hammering away at your warriors, is going to be a very big deal. I mean, even Dr. Wolf pulling his units and Teabag's like, hey, get these guys over here. We're going to need them if I want to survive. I'd like to point out, Teabag only has 3 tiles. I mean,
Oh,
basically,
man.
they take that tile. That's an entire third of his economy just gone. And in probably about 30-45 seconds here, we're going to see this tile go down, and the push it's going to happen. This is going to be the big fight on Teabag's base. The shield bearers do get here on time, and it's going to be a giant focus fire on the king. Only Rex's Berserker goes down instantly, though.
Oh, That's going to be a lot of. If they survive this attack, then only Rex is going to be down a lot because that's 150 gold and a bunch of iron just down the drain. He also
Red
does not have any
Cortex
iron
loses
to back
his
that up.
war chief as well. This is
It's an intense fight. It looks like it's on the side of the
Big
defenders,
Yep.
and they're backing off right now.
I think that was
So
that
that
was a
attack,
huge...
although it looked promising, it did not work whatsoever.
I think the biggest issue with that was Rex basically only had like 4 axe throwers, and once those shield bearers came in from Dr. Wolf, it was pretty much game over. The defenders had numerical advantage. Even the bear showed up to get a couple swings in, and now it's going to be a big whoa. Excuse me? Did you see that?
Did
you see those, like...
through? Oh man, that's a bug.
Hello?
That's not supposed to happen.
Vac?
All
Hello?
right, so the big problem about rushing early is that if the enemy is prepared and they have also scouted you, they can retaliate.
Yeah.
And so they're retaliating right now on Cortenax, which is going to be troublesome for him. He's only got 6 units. And there's a massive army coming in on this tile.
What's good though, and you kind of touched on this. I don't know how much how involved the GOAT player was in that engagement. I know that I don't even think that we saw any orange in that entire engagement whatsoever. So it was pretty much a 2v3 once Dr. Wolf showed up, and I mean that's just a pure numbers game at that point. So I think it was a little bit of trigger happy on Team Rex Cortenax.
Honestly, because the GOAT was in a good position, but because he sacrificed so many units now. Oh, but look at this counter push.
Rex getting
on,
big.
On T-Bag's side, he's getting his main tile taken over by a bunch of axes, and orange is coming over with 9 units, is that?
I mean, this could be the big deal. I think that Dentist needs to pull back and defend T-Bag from this, because these villagers are not going to stop this push, and if T-Bag goes down, that's a heavy hitter, especially that Berserker now out of the field.
Yeah, trading a wolf for it seems like they're going to be trading a wolf for Stag, although I think they're going to be able to make it back in time to protect against this attack against Cortenax. I don't know how I feel. I would be sweating a little bit if I was on Crazy Dentist's team right now.
I do not feel too comfortable with this Berserker going in by himself. I mean, he's gonna get these axe throwers down, but it's a very low. Berserker goes down. That's it. T-Bag is pretty much dead. That's oof. Yeah, I think Dentist should have pulled back much earlier to try and support him. I think they should have tried to maybe go in and just stall the timer on it with a bear or something, and then reinforce. I mean, it should be a trade though. Dr. Wolf. Oh. There. Okay, so T-Bag just died.
Ideally, he's gone for now, and only Rex now hitting that 200 fame as well because of that kill. He's gonna have extra damage now. But there's a lot of units. Blue is all over Red's base at the moment, so we're gonna maybe see him go down.
Not enough shield bearers though. There's only 5.
Already.
There's only 4 or 5 left. I mean, they're gonna get this tower, but here come the axe thrower reinforcements. Yeah, this is a cleanup. This is gonna be a cleanup on of Dr. Wolf, and yeah, he gets the tower, but he didn't kill Cortenax, and it's now a 2v3.
I think the big problem was that Crazy Dentist did not scout the left side of the map, so they couldn't retaliate onto their GOAT player.
Yeah.
And that whole side was basically how the left side of the map was how T-Bag fell down.
Yep, there goes
because
Crazy Dentist.
That attack, they had no vision of them coming up through the left side at all, and it was already too late when they realized.
Absolutely. I also think that they got trigger happy. I think that immediate aggression was poorly timed because, like you said, they didn't scout the left side. They didn't see that only Rex was on his way to try and finish off T-Bag, which then split them apart even more. And once Tonks brought in his units to actually be aggressive, as that mid to late game GOAT is, I mean, one warrior or one Berserker cannot kill off 6 warriors. It's just impossible. Excuse me. So it's down to Dr. Wolf.
Yeah, he's the last one left. He's putting up a little bit of resistance maybe, but
It's the
definitely
death
not gonna
thrones.
be enough.
Yeah. This should be GG. All right. Well,
Pretty cutthroat game, but
fast,
a little bit of
fast
back and
cutthroat
forth,
game.
although very fast. Yeah, it's only just now the end of 801, and
Yeah.
already we had so much action.
Which I don't
So they're
actually
slowly
mind. It was a very
Out blue. Yeah, it's very fast paced.
Hmm.
Not what most people think Northgard is like.
Absolutely. I don't know why
or
Dr.
how
Wolf is
most
kind of
games play.
prolonging it here, since I mean it's just a numbers game at this point. But he might
Yeah,
try
there's
and
nothing he can do really at this point.
fight the
mean,
Warriors fight.
Kortnax is sort of starving, although he just brought his he's brought his sailors back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's GG's. GG's should be set all around now.
Oh, hey, there's a blizzard too.
Oh, it's a blizzard
Oh,
too.
hey, it's a blizzard. There you go. In case you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, even
In case it wasn't enough.
even Rex's
Starving
war chief
in a
getting in on it.
blizzard.
There we go. That's
There's
GG.
the concede.
GG. So it is currently 1 point for Kortnax, Rex, and Tonks team. So I believe we should just be carrying on into the next match at this point. Let me out of game. Hello. Well, that was, I mean, I don't know. That was, I think that was just a matter of map awareness, really, from Team Kortnax.
Definitely. One thing I want to note is that
Oops, I'm not going to hear him.
initially that first attack he didn't really bring too much to the table, only
Mm-hmm.
a few axe doors. He
Mhm.
was constantly applying pressure, and he was able to make use of Wolf's benefits from being aggressive, whereas I didn't really feel like Teabag did too much using Wolf at that game. He couldn't pull the game into his control.
Mhm.
Myself as a Wolf player, it's always important, at least when I play, it's important to have control over the game as a Wolf, so that you can basically just stomp and roll on top of the other enemies. But that game did not feel like that on Teabag's side.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're getting another game set up slowly. People are coming into the lobbies. I wonder if we're gonna see different team compositions this time.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Well, it's gonna. I mean, one of the biggest things with Northgard right now is it's a very rigid system. You either play Wolf. Excuse me. You either play Wolf, Bear, or Stag. There really isn't much wiggle room, if you will, for Raven or Boar, more because they're just not that aggressive in this setup. So I think that we might honestly just see a repeat and probably some better decision making on Team Dentist's side, just because of how they really didn't have the map awareness for that last game.
Yeah, definitely, it's a problem, and maybe perhaps get a Raven pick,
Mm-hmm.
just to get a little bit more awareness. Maybe some early scouting into some teams' bases, see some military moving around, and that would help them, give them so much more time to prepare. But anyway, we got all the players in the lobby now. Wondering if it's going to be the same. Only Rex is going Bear now, which is different.
Not too upset about that. Maybe, I mean, players probably just swapping off to maybe what they want to play. Maybe they're feeling more comfortable on the Bear today. I mean, it's the reasoning
Shaking
behind
things
it.
up, yeah.
Yeah, the reasoning behind it could be just a million different things. We do have a Bear for Dr. Wolf. I believe he was Bear last
Bear
game.
the last game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kortnax still playing Stag, Dentist still playing Stag. So it's really going to be up to Rex and Tonks. Are we still going to see a goat from Tonks, and are we only going to see Bear from Rex? And at least currently that's the plan.
Ooh, look at Kortnax. He's doing a Raven play.
Oh, and
That's gonna be very interesting.
there it is. Oh, Kortnax needs to get tabbed back into his game because we can't see it. Cortex, why you do this? Okay, so that's a big deal. That's a really big deal that we're gonna have a Raven this time, and we are gonna have Goat out from Tonks, and we are still going to have the Bear from Rex. So their new composition, I really like this because this now plays much more heavily for that mid to late game. I would say if they can survive the like 801 rush from Team Dentist, they should be able to pull it off. They definitely have the defensive strength to do it.
Definitely. But again, if they get caught out and are not able to defend,
Yes.
and the Wolf on Team Crazy Dentist's side is gonna be very powerful and able to constantly apply aggression.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the catch, the double-edged sword. Can they stave off the early aggression long enough to hit that super hammer,
Exactly.
that point, you know?
Of
feel
course, Cortex
confident.
famous for his Merc Rush. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see that Merc Rush happening, and
Or-
if they get a lot of sheep as well on their side of the playing field, the Goat is gonna be so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the game's starting up now.
GLHF's coming out. Always great to see from our players, you know, being kind and courteous, numero une. But of course, this is for bragging rights, so everyone's in it to win it. And here we go.
Here we go. Everyone's joining the game now.
So this is so for video purposes. Hello everyone, my name is Ghost, and this is False. We are currently casting the best of 3 between Cortenax, Only Rex, and Tonks versus Dr. Wolf, Teabag 60, and the Crazy Dentist. Team Crazy Dentist, excuse me, currently down 1 game as they just lost the previous match to Team Cortenax and Only Rex, who basically won it out more on scouting information and better decision making, really. So spawning in, it looks like it's just gonna be a general start here for Cortenax, getting the scout camp up, and then we'll probably see him wait around until he has the better information, as in, does he have a forest nearby? Does he have any sort of wood or iron or stone that he might want to work towards? So it's going to just be a matter of kind of figuring out what's going on, really.
I am predicting right now Cortenax is going to rush for that mid.
I would
It's
love
just
to see
all
him
he's
do
going
it.
to care about to get that 50 fame.
Mm-hmm. And he does have a forest next to his base, so this is a really big deal. That means he's going to be able to get those harbors up. He does have 3 shore. So that's a big deal.
Ooh, that's going to be very powerful. He got lucky with his RNG.
Super. Oh, hang on. Is that another one to the? Oh no, he's got 2. No, he does have 3. Okay, he does have 3. I was gonna say the tile to the left of his main base is not colonizable. I thought it, or it's not harborable. I thought it was just because of the little sliver, but it does go up the mountain. So he does have at least a guaranteed 3 shore, which, for those of you that aren't aware, most Raven players typically spawn with either 1 or 2. 2 being about average / good, 3 being very nice, and then obviously 3+ is just, you know, a sign that Odin is favoring you today, and you should probably go and sacrifice some sheeps to the god of lightning. Go do that.
On
10 out of 10.
Cortenax's cam, you can see he has 2 sheep as well, and I think was it on Only Rex? He has.
Oh,
a few
slaughtered
sheep
it.
as well. Oh,
He slaughtered one of the sheep.
slaughtering.
What?
What? That's interesting. So this is indicative of a very early game.
Oh, yeah.
They're thinking,
He's gonna
hey
use that
guys,
to take a
the
tile.
80 food is going to be a lot more beneficial than being able to send that food.
Ooh,
over the
hello.
dogs.
Dr. Wolf scouted middle before Cortenax. That's huge.
Ooh.
That's actually really huge.
Yeah, Cortenax did not rush for mid as I was expecting him to, which is interesting.
It was
This is a different play than I am expecting, and maybe this difference in play is gonna throw off Crazy Dentist's team.
I think actually it was a combined effort between Teabag and Crazy Dentist to push for middle with Dr. Wolf. So all 6 of those scouts were pretty much just gunning it for the middle of the map. And yeah, you know, Cortenax can rush all he wants with his 2 scouts, but it's 6 versus 2, and that's some very fast scouting for Team Crazy Dentist.
Definitely.
Okay, so it is at least. Oh my goodness! If only Rex plays Mannered, he could give Cortinax basically 5 shore. Oh my!
That could
Oh
be
my balance!
Very powerful.
Oh my balance, Batman! That is gonna be deadly. Again, yeah. Depending on how polite Rex wants to be with his tile taking, that could be huge. And it's also very important to point out on Crazy Dentist's side with Teabag, there's actually a lot of space that is merkable. Pretty much all of Teabag's base is merkable. At least it's on the shore. There's like a ruins next to it.
Yeah.
His food tile. So that's a really big deal, because essentially what Cortinax can do then is he can constantly just merc Teabag's food tile, and he's never really going to be able to produce that army that he may need. So it's kind of one of
the map. I'm looking at the treasures to see which team has just a bit more of an advantage
I believe
treasure-wise, and I
Dentist.
think it's definitely Crazy Dentist team. They
Yeah.
have 3, whereas there's only I see a shipwreck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Oh no, there is another treasure next to Cortinax.
Okay. There are 3 sheep next to Crazy Dentist's base, so we could just see some mass slaughtering going on, which RIP sheep boys, but, you know, they don't have a goat player, so there's no point in keeping them. I mean, I guess technically there is. You can give them up, or you can leave one of them on your tiles for the +10, was it -10 wood consumption through winter.
Minus 20% consumption of wood.
Ooh, or 80 food, so you can colonize a tile. Really?
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Really?
Or you
though.
could give it to a person in need.
A goat
donation.
player, yeah.
Donation sheep.
We used to call them Superman sheep, because you would send them off from your destroyed base. So kind of like your base is like
Oh, yeah.
like Krypton, and
Suicide play, and you just send all your sheep away.
mm-hmm. you send them to far off and better places so that they don't get like murderized basically. Teabag trying to clear out some Draugrs very early game here, and just basically throwing away those warriors we talked about in last game, the sacrificial warriors, and how most players are actually pretty okay with just giving up their warriors if that means that they don't have to heal them, just because then there's no need for healing, or the healer's hut in general, which is I believe 60 wood plus obviously the upkeep cost. So nothing too surprising. Ooh, on Only Rex's side, they have Veldfernir very close to their base. That's
Good point. He's clearing the tile right now, so you may see him get that extra lore and extra scouting. Again, from the previous game, we saw map awareness was so crucial. So definitely healing up that bird will help them out a lot.
That could be a really and actually I believe that's
Teabag is so close.
Teabag is super close actually. So
But Teabag does not have vision on the Veldfernir tile, so I don't think we're going to see him contest it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be really important, because again, keeping that map awareness present for just keeping that map awareness in general is going to be really important, because if they can secure that with Cortinax basically spamming his harbor scouting, they're going to have very quick map awareness and map control over Northgard, essentially, just because of how they're so spread out.
We're seeing early harassment from only Rex onto Teabag, since they did get that early scouting.
Mm-hmm.
So Teabag having to make some early warriors. He's only able to afford 1. That's trying to come around to help out as well.
I'm actually a little bit concerned here, just because of this early aggression from Rex, and I mean it's 2v1. I really don't know why he's moving in like that, to be honest with you, because
I think he has to keep the tile.
Oh, that's his iron. Oh my goodness, that's his iron. Big,
yeah, that's
big
very
deal.
important. So he needs
warrior.
That tile.
So he did get that warrior, which is important. Now it's just a micro match to try and lost that. Why are these people losing warriors? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I forgot.
Yeah, but it is gonna set them back a bit. That's 2 warriors for, what was it, 2 again? So it's sort of equal trade.
Yeah.
But it did slow down their production.
Well,
and it was pretty opportunistic on Only Rex's side because he already had the warriors out. So he said, might as well.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it makes sense. And one big thing that I do want to point out actually is there are not any wolves on Team Cortinax's side. So these like 6 wolves that are in between him and Rex, those are gonna have to get manually cleared out, and there really is no benefit besides getting the shores out for Cortinax. So it's important, don't get me wrong, but keeping that constant aggression though on T-Bag's side because they found their iron. This is going to be very painful to say the least for T-Bag. I think he might just honestly build a tower there just so that he can avoid having to constantly deal with that aggression.
T-Bag getting that shipwreck, getting 500 wood.
Oh yeah, he's
250
getting
gold, which is insane, and so he's going to be able to defend this now very easily. But of course, he's sacrificing a lot of manpower, slowing him down a little bit. But yeah, his iron production is now not what it used to be. A lot of units actually on this side of the map.
Rex and Tonks are pretty much just babysitting T-Bag's iron, and that's I mean look at what it's causing. It's causing them at least Team Crazy Dentist to just pull more and more warriors from their base just because of how important this is. If T-Bag doesn't get the 5 or the 5 iron that he needs for his war chief, that just basically means he's never going to have a war chief for any engagement. And when you're trying to push a tile and there's mercenaries in your back door, you need to leave something, either a war chief or some warriors, and you can only leave one,
What I liked about this play is that because only Rex is going bear, he doesn't have to go for fur coats. And so he's getting that extra defense while T-Bag is getting a debuff on his attack already.
Through winter,
even
too.
on his own tiles. And so this fight, even though it was sort of even numbers, they still lost it by quite a margin.
And that is, again, it kind of compounds itself essentially, just because now that's more gold that they had to put in that they did not get to use. And there's another engagement here from T-Bag and Rex, and they're just trying to get rid of these bear warriors through winter, and it's so difficult. He needs to drop a tower. I would really like to see him drop a tower just so that he doesn't have to keep worrying about this tile, because it's just going to get more and more expensive for him at this point.
I think what he's planning to do is get his Berserker out early so that he can defend against this. He's hastily mining some iron. I hope he's dropping a tower as well now.
Yeah.
It does take a whole month, though, to build the tower, so yeah, we see more aggression on his side. It's just never at.
No, this is going to keep going, because while this is going on, mind you, Cortinax is still getting those harbors up, and this is exactly what they needed. They needed some excuse, basically, to just stall out the enemy team long enough so that, 801 basically Merc push can come into play. And, this, I say it's an 801 Merc push, but Cortinax is only at 90 fame, so he's playing very casually, if you will.
I don't think he's going for the Merc rush, because look at him right now. He's got 4 axes coming around, and I think he wants to assist in that fight on the right side of the map. Maybe they can already get into T-Bag's base just through the Raven scouting.
They might have just opted, since they did find his iron, they might have just kind of switched their game plan up, because Rex is pinging where they want they're still pinging T-Bag's iron. And actually, if you look on Cortinax's minimap, you can see his warriors are heading over there. So but do they have upgraded scout camp though? I don't think they have any way to actually push in with this currently, at least.
No, maybe not. Although there may be a path around if you take that tile and then just follow the shore. If the shore gets scouted out, then there will be a pathway into T-Bag's base. But of course, at this moment, they're just wanting to take that iron tile away and just apply as much pressure as they can.
Absolutely. Crazy Dentist, though, currently starving really hard. He's minus 11, and we're probably... Yeah, he needs to get his food under control. The tower is going to... It's still trying to go up, but it's now 3 shield bearers versus 2 warriors. Shield bearers do overpower just a generic bunch of warriors, and that micro 10 out of 10. Well done, Crazy Dentist, trying just to buy time for this Berserker to come out. And he finally does, but at what cost? There are now 4 axe throwers on the way, and that tower, all that time that tower took to get up, it's in vain. It was too little, too late.
This is looking sort of bad.
It's sort of bad.
The thing
This
is,
is bad.
we haven't seen Dr. Wolf really come around to assist now, and because Cortenax has come into the play, along with Tonks and only Rex, it's Dr. Wolf's responsibility now to help out his teammates.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's sending 6 shield bearers now, so
Okay.
that tower will get defended. And they actually
in time,
do have
though?
a route all the way to the goat's base on Dr. Wolf's side.
Will it get defended in time, though, is the big question, because it's got like 3 ticks left, and then it's gone. That is a lost tile for Teabag.
Gone.
That's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
Maybe he is okay with that because he did get the Berserker out
Yeah.
before they took the tile. And so he has a small amount of army, but he does have the Berserker's damage. And with the 6 shield bearers coming in right now, this may be a position for
They might push.
Crazy Dentist's team
Yeah.
to push him back.
I mean,
Although Crazy Dentist is not in a spectacular position
No.
at the moment.
I mean, with the Berserk, they could push and try and do some damage on Tonks here. I mean, Cortenax, I don't think he's really too set up, at least, to really engage us. And, yeah, the Axe Throwers are going to be pushed in, and they're pretty much just going to get out of dodge as soon as possible. This Berserker basically going swords to the wall, if you will, with his double axes, and he's trying to chase down this... I'm sorry, I thought that Berserkers pretty much had, like 15 movement speed compared to the 3 of the shield bearers. Since when were they actually slower? Berserker not catching up to a shield bearer. That's quite peculiar. Oh my goodness. Tonks never colonized the side tiles, so with a little bit of microing, they're in his base.
Yeah.
Oh,
the tile
goodness.
is free, so now they can attack basically just on the main tile before the tower can get up, so there are no preparations. Now it's just a timer.
Yep. That's
So-
huge. That is so
Cortenax's
huge.
team has to do something about this because they cannot lose a player in this game.
No, especially this early too. I mean, the goat really. Oh no, the goat's pulling. So we'll probably see once some more reinforcements kick in. Shield bearer's gonna move in. Shield bearers will tank against the war chief, but I don't think that's enough units. He's got 300 gold, but he doesn't have enough training camps to actually pull a lot of units. That's huge. That's a lot of And yeah, it's a skirmish game right now. They're trying to pull this Berserker away from the main engagement, and they do a pretty good job, but now they're going to try and pull their units back as this tower continues to try and go up. Pretty good engagement so far here from Cortenax and only Rex with Tonks' support, and I can't really see how the Berserker is going, but they are kind of cutting through the remaining shield bearers. Dr. Wolf and Teabag doing a pretty good job of just killing off of Tonks' units, and now all that's left is only Rex, and there's only a quarter timer left for this town hall.
Yeah, Brown now sending in everything he has. It's just
It's a micro fight. It's a micro fight.
The Berserker, Teabag still in a good position, although
Yeah.
the problem is he does not have pillage at the moment or spoils of war, so he's not benefiting from this as much as he could.
Feasting, but yeah, I think Tonks is gonna die here. Just amazing game timing. That was
Wow.
all timing.
That was very good. Yeah, that was a
Wow.
very good play.
Well
Just
done.
that retaliation and Tonks just not having tiles to
Not having
but,
that fish tile was huge. Not having that fish
Yeah.
tile with the runestone literally killed him.
they just walked straight into the base and
Yeah.
they couldn't prepare at all, and now it's 3v2. It's this game. This game is Crazy Dentist's team's games to lose, to be honest.
Well, hang on now, because there's about 6 axe throwers
Ooh.
blocking that Berserker, and Dr. Wolf needs to be super careful. They need to play super careful here. This Berserker is really the linchpin. They cannot lose this Berserker. Sacrifice everything else. Just don't lose that Berserker. And yeah, Cortenax is just targeting down this Berserker. They want him dead. But they need to play it safe. They just need to play it smart here. And actually, this is really good. As long as they're stalling out Cortenax's army here from being aggressive, he's gonna starve. There's a wolf pushing
That's
on
true.
one of
He's
his.
minus 19 at the moment. He's got to pull some units back.
He's gonna
He's
get
getting
sick.
a wolf attack at the moment, which is even worse.
Realistically,
Starving at the moment.
realistically,
Crazy
right?
Slowly building up his eco again, getting ready for another
Yeah.
push.
Rex, what are you doing?
Getting ready to defend.
I was gonna say, Rex, what are you doing clearing out them draugrs, dude? Okay, but it's alright, they're on the same team. Now, this is gonna be okay. So they're gonna go straight for Teabag's base, but they're gonna be going through the draugrs, which is gonna cost them a little bit of damage. But these are shield bears blocking. So what are we're looking at 7 axe throwers here. That Teabag is gonna have to find some way, some miracle to defend. If he can do that, it's game. It will be game match point here for Dentist. They just need to find a way to kill these 7 axe throwers. They need to pull those warriors right now. The sickness is starting to catch on for Kortnax here, though. Oh my goodness, the damage though. I don't.
Yeah, Dr. Wolf's coming into the game now with a massive amount of shield bearers at this early of the game, especially with all this pressure.
Those shield bearers are going to be
feel like they're going to be
huge.
able to hold this, and if they do,
They need
then
to just
that
push
sickness
in
is gonna
and focus down the
really
axe
hurt
throwers.
Kortnax. Yeah.
Oh, that berserker's gone. Holy, deleted. Control, delete. That guy's gone. But at what price, though? These axe throwers are completely contained, and they're going to fall. A lot of shield bears.
Only
It's
4
just
axes left at the moment, but so many shield bearers,
Yeah,
it's not
wow.
possible.
I mean, they sacrificed the berserker, which is never good, but he did retake the iron, and so that means he could, in theory, get that war chief or that berserker back. Now they need to kill another player. They need to kill one more player.
They have all this army, they definitely could. But look at... Oh no, never mind.
This
that was,
dancing, oh my goodness, this
Teabag.
is so stupid. There we go. 10 out of 10.
Finally.
Micro.
Jesus Christ.
10 out of 10 micro.
But yeah,
kept him
looking at the
alive.
golds, Kortnax he can build up his eco, but
he's
he only has
struggling, though.
5 people at the moment, and he does not have any gold, and only Rex has a little bit of gold, and 8 population. But all this time, Crazy Dentist has been building up. He's got a pretty good army and stable eco.
Yep. No, that
of course, Teabag is he's doing okay. He got
Kortnax is
quite
calling
a
it.
bit of damage taken it, but yeah, there we go.
Yep, Kortnax is calling it.
GG, well played.
Well, I mean, that was just I don't want to call it map awareness because that's all we've been calling it, but recognizing that they could basically slip into Tonks's base because he didn't take that tile was so huge.
Exactly.
That was huge, and you would think as the GOAT player that all you'd have to do is just colonize a tile. I mean, come on now, it's your GOAT. You can clear tiles. Come on now, come on. Really though.
I liked the early pressure, but I think they committed to it. And the problem with that was that Kortnax had such a good start that he could have, at that point of the game when they lost, he could have had mercs ready to take tiles, and if they just backed up because they had a really good mid to late game composition, they didn't play towards that though.
Absolutely. That was a scrum though.
And that was intense. So it's a 1-1 between the two teams at the moment. This is closer than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah, and it really hasn't been like. I mean, these engagements have definitely been fast paced, but it hasn't looked, at least from our side. We'll talk to the players after this last match here, but it really hasn't looked like it's been too heavy. The game's reason, the game gave one player, 15 food tiles, or the game gave Rex, 30 sheep. It's just been decision making. In the first game, it was because Crazy Dentist Crazy Dentist team didn't scout that GOAT player and capitalize on him instead of having to push those 2 towers. In the last game, it was Crazy Dentist's team as well, recognizing that Tonks didn't have that tile, and so they just slipped into his middle base and just basically sieged his base, or sieged his town hall and killed him.
Exactly.
So that was
Agree completely.
huge.
So we're seeing the team compositions a little bit different. Well, only Rex is going for GOAT this time, which is going to be interesting because if they have a double GOAT composition with him and Tonks, that's going to be.
So they're whipping out the double goat strat. So we'll probably be seeing a lot of feasts and probably about 300 warriors.
But that's only if they get into around 803. But all of these games have been ending before 802.
Yeah, and that's the gamble, if you will.
Yeah,
That's the gamble.
It's gonna be an interesting composition. I don't know what they're cooking up, but I know with only Rex and Cortinax and Tonks, they have some plans.
Absolutely. It does
Just
teabag and
afraid
hang on, who are we
bit.
missing here? We're missing
Dr. Wolf
Dr.
again.
Wolf.
We need him.
Okay. But yeah, I
He's
mean,
waiting for an invite.
oh, okay. But this is pretty much, I mean, Crazy Dentist's team kind of sticking with the standard Wolf Stag Bear combo, and it worked out pretty well for them this time, where Cortinax tried to do something a little bit, a little bit off meta, if you will, and I feel like if they would have had more time, I think, ironically enough, I think that they poked the teabag for so long that it fell apart when they overreacted almost and just went straight for the jugular on Tonks.
Yes. Yeah. Especially since
Look at all
got
these
all of that
goats.
scouting done. And just that awareness and being able to attack the main tile immediately was insane because they couldn't prepare for that. And I don't think they were prepared for that at all. They didn't foresee that attack.
Well, I mean, just the fact that we saw Tonks immediately build a tower in his main base was pretty indicative of they had no idea it was coming,
Yeah.
And I would like to point out there's now 3 goats in this game.
Oof. So Dr. Wolf changing off from bear onto goat. Changing things up a bit, I guess. This
Rex
is
changing to goat, Cortinax changing to Raven. Basically, only Teabag and Dentist sticking with the meta, if you will. So this is gonna be a pretty exciting finals here.
Oof.
All right, so I believe we're just waiting for the all clears on all the players, making sure we're good to go, and then pretty much just going for it. Did you like that last
The thing
game?
about a double goat and Raven game is,
Feasts.
in my opinion, it's going to be pretty RNG focused. It's just like sometimes you can really get screwed over because you don't get sheep tiles, or you don't get enough shores, or you don't have the Yatnar to trade with either.
Oh, what's really fun is when you're playing as a boar and both the kobolds and giants don't spawn. Let me tell you about stress.
Oh man. And you get one shore, so you can't even use ships.
Oh goodness, yeah, it's it's so bad.
That's pretty unlucky.
Yeah. But that's actually a very, very important thing to point out here. Oh, Cortinax, why do you alt tab in the middle of your lobby spawning? Their team is so RNG dependent. I mean, if Cortinax gets one shore, they're pretty much dead. If the goat players get, I would say, less than 4 sheeps per goat, they're dead. And I mean, basically, Crazy Dentist and his team pretty much just sticking to their guns. It's worked. It didn't work the first game, but that was because of map decision making. Second game, again, purely decision making, and their team comp was solid around what they were working with. And here we are now in, oh, hang on, Cortinax's stag. Okay, so it looks like he's actually gonna be, yeah, Cortinax's memes.
Seems like everyone's getting in, so this is good.
So Dr. Wolf actually switching off to goat, Crazy Dentist on stag, and Teabag on wolf, with Tonks as goat, Rex as goat, and Cortinax as stag. So do you want to kind of refresh everyone's memory real quick, Falls?
Sorry for what?
The score, what's going on. Just basically when I cut all this up into the 3v3 footage, everyone can kind of get a refresher. Oh
yeah, sure. So this is a 3v3, of course, show match with some of the best players in the game. We have Cortinax, who was a sometimes considered one of the best Raven players, who is currently playing. Oh, he swapped to Stag and not Raven anymore, so that's interesting. We also have Only Rex, another very famous Northgard player and very talented as well. We have a few other high-level players, Crazy Dentist and Teabag, obviously, and Dr. Wolf and Tonk. We got the two teams faced up against each other. Currently, it's a one-to-one as far as the wins go, and so this is going to be the final match and the decisive match, I guess, match point.
Yeah, it's gonna be match point. Pretty excited.
This is going to be very interesting because of the team compositions, and the games we've had so far have been very interesting, in my opinion.
They've been really good. And of course, on the microphones today is false underscore or false underscore. Is it false TV underscore or false underscore TV?
TV underscore. That's
TV underscore. Okay.
Twitch handle.
Right. And then of course, my name is Ghost underscore Reaper, or just Ghost Reaper for short. Yeah. And of course, we are your casters for today. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the match point for both teams. We'll see how they're doing after this for more of like a casual. If they are interested in doing any more games afterwards, we'd love to show that to you guys. But we did ask them at least for these 3 matches. So right now, like we've been saying about 15 times, it is match point. And well, this is going to be really important because we have one team that's sort of stuck with the I guess you could say, the standard rush meta of Wolf, Stag, Bear, except they have a goat instead of the bear, and then on Team Cortenax, it is much more off meta, if you will, and it's going to be very, very crazy, very hectic. They're going to be playing for a much stronger mid to late game with those double goats, where Teabag and Crazy Dentist and Dr. Wolf will be probably playing for a much more aggressive early game 801, try and, one and done them, basically. Well, again, it's going to come down to the decision making, how the ruins spawn, and how the players decide to kind of work with each other to make it work for them.
Exactly. So let's talk about the map a little bit.
Of course.
The map we got here. I don't see a lot of treasures on either team's side, but of course there might be some treasures hidden around in the areas that these guys are too lazy to scout.
I do know that on Team Crazy Dentist's side, there is at least 2 ruins and a shipwreck. I think Crazy Dentist has a shipwreck. So they do have the ruins favoritism, if you will.
Oh yes, that's and 3 sheep next to Dr. Wolf. Wow, the goat player. So he's going to be set up at least decently well, and neutrals to trade with.
That's going to be a very big deal for Team Cortenax, especially since they have double wolf. Finding those early giants for that money is going to be very important.
Oh wow, okay, there's 4 treasures on Crazy Dentist's side. So this is going to be a very good game.
Do you smell what the RNG is cooking? Yep, so definitely very heavy favoritism then for Team Crazy Dentist. Not so much of the skill setup, but because they simply have all, and I mean all, of the ruins and shipwrecks on their side. So they'll be getting a lot of bonus resources, basically because, yeah, luck. We'll put it at that. So
one thing I do want to point out is that I think that's 3 Shore on Cortenax. Oh wait, no, he's not on Raven anymore.
No, he's not.
Never mind that.
Would be nice though.
I always assume he's playing Raven, just because.
Yeah, it is kind of off-putting to see him play Stag when I mean, it wasn't, at least in the last game, it wasn't the most game-breaking, game-changing, meta-defining Raven play, but it was definitely solid Raven play. I mean, he was definitely very prevalent in a lot of the fights. He didn't go for that very fast Merc Rush, which is his signature. Having an 801 mercenary push your base, that's very, scary to say the least.
Yeah, that's very scary.
Oh, that Wolf RNG. Oh, that Wolf RNG. Jesus. Cortenax was...
Yeah, I know, I saw. That was pretty unfortunate.
Disgusting.
He's gonna get an extra wounded person here.
Your wolf push is disgusting me. All right, well, let's see how the other players are doing. At least only Rex seems to be trying to go after... Actually, he's trying to help out Cortinax with some tile clearing, which is fantastic to see. Teamwork always helps you win games, especially in Northgard, where you have to work with your team to the best of their abilities to try and, you know, make everything work. And they're definitely doing what they got to do.
Yep, every player seems to just be doing the standard, you know, early game chores, just clearing out the tiles, building up the basic buildings. I don't see anything like just different or outstanding. Crazy Dentist going for, in my opinion, a little bit early for a shift, a long shift block. But perhaps because he has the food and because he is playing stay, you have all that early wooden food.
Right.
That you can afford to do so.
And he also has the benefit of teammates here. I think he also has, I don't know if any of the ruins that his allies have, if any of his allies have scattered out their ruins or not, but I mean, having all of that additional gold, having that additional wood and lore can be very, very helpful, especially when it comes down to just kind of starting your early game and getting that snowball rolling, if you will. Yeah, it looks like it's been a fairly... This has actually been one of the most, like, calm matches I think we've had, at least in the three matches so far. Neither team really too keen on being the most aggressive. They're definitely scouting and clearing their tiles, but neither team, excuse me, I need to stop saying player, has really, like, gone out of their way. If you've noticed, at least on Team Cortinax, they really haven't even tried to scout past the middle, if you will, of the map, which would be that... hang on a second. Okay, perfect. I believe it's the super sword or the giant lore stone. So it's good to see that has been going on, and okay, we're good. All right, and
yep. Seeing Tonk's getting a shield bearer camp, although he didn't fully build it, so I guess he's just preparing just in case for any early aggression, but not actually building the building, like finishing the buildings, because he puts in basically all of the construction manpower. However, he doesn't have to suffer through the upkeep cost,
which is really smart. I mean, having
really
it prepped so, like you said, as those wolves come in would be really helpful. Teabag kind of just setting up. It looks like, yeah, you had mentioned that Crazy Dentist went for very early lore. I believe, actually, Teabag just got his long dock built up. So, yeah, very early timing in comparison to his opponents. Lots of happiness on Crazy Dentist's side. Dr. Wolf very happy that there's wood apparently, and it does look like Crazy Dentist will again be scouting for his team to start just kind of
resident scouter, it seems.
Well, that's kind of one of those things in these 3v3 comps that it's very important, having someone that knows that they're going to be scouting for your team, having someone that knows, you know, they're going to be merc rushing. You know, that communication is so important. And hello, Teabag, for the first time in heavens knows how long. Oh no, he's building the fishing hut. Nutty.
Oh, I think he's building it for the winter, and just this winter. It definitely helps out a little bit, at least. You can sustain a lot, although he did get a Draugr attack, which is very unlucky.
Well, it's okay though, because I believe he has 2 wounded, so all he's got to do is just basically sacrifice those guys to the Draugr gods. I'm very perplexed by this Fisher Hut choice though. Maybe it was a misclick and he just didn't notice it until it was done. But I mean, even
I think the reason for that is because he got a shipwreck, and because of that, he had all this extra wood. So he said,
okay.
You know what? Fuck it. Just why not? Let's build a fishing hut. It's gonna help me keep up my food count, and it's gonna help me in the early game at least just a little bit.
Understandable.
And as you can see, he does sort of need it because he's on 7 food and -2 at the moment.
True. hang on, sorry. Just sending a quick message to some of the players.
Only Rex getting a bunch of camps going, so are they thinking of doing some type of early aggression?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sort of confused by this.
Okay.
Perhaps they're just preparing because, of course, from the previous game,
Yeah.
you know, you never know when they're gonna come and
Like-
start harassing on your tile.
I feel like that's the big thing, though. I think this is a very skittish map in comparison to match. Hang on. Yeah, can you carry real quick?
Sure. Yeah, no problem. So, just not too much happening around. A little bit of scouting going on with Crazy Dentist side. Oh, Crazy Dentist actually getting upgraded scouts already. So this is another indication for a rush. Although I don't know if they're in a position to do so. But again, they're up against two goats and a stag, all very good late game clans, and so rushing them would actually not be a bad decision. And they also did get, again, a lot of treasures on their side of the map. Pretty good RNG with the sheeps as well, and so they're going to be in a good position to convert all of that into military, into an ability to take out one of their players and get the game.
Absolutely. All right, thank you.
And get this finals one.
So, again, if this feels like a very, I don't know, it feels very relaxed compared to the other two. I keep
Yeah,
harping on it, but like, yeah, we have some towers that have been built. I mean, wow, look at Tonks's base, already one tower. I want to point that out.
I think he's been a little scarred from the previous game.
He's got like Vietnam flashbacks from just, what if he pushes into my base again? I mean, that's a very real fear, though. I mean, not knowing what your opponents are up to, because again, let's look at Kortnax's vision. They don't know what's going on the other side of the map. Crazy Dentist, on the other hand, they know what Tonks is up to. They scouted him already, and they're going to continue to scout the rest of the map. Crazy Dentist's team has that map awareness. They know what's going on. They're like, hey, we see the goat. We see one of the goat players. He's only on 90 fame, so he's clearly not being too aggressive with his tile expansion. So he's either prepping for an early aggression, or he's just, feast spamming. But we still haven't even seen a single feast out on the double goat team.
Exactly. Yeah, not seeing a lot of feasts. I don't think we even had that many feasts in the previous game, just because of all the having to sacrifice so much food production for military. But of course, this game is different, and I really want to see some early feasts going on, but no one has nearly enough food.
I think we've had
Crazy
a total
Dentist,
of
maybe,
2.
though. He's got 60 plus 20 at the moment, so I think he's planning on doing a few feasts just before maybe a big push.
That'd be a great idea, and actually, I'm honestly a little bit worried for Crazy Dentist's team here, because we are into 801, and last game at least, most of the players were already trying to murder each other at this point. So it's going to be very important, because again, this is the standard, if you will, meta build where you have the very early aggression. So Crazy Dentist's team should be kind of pulling the aggression strats, at least for his team. On the other hand, though, Team Kortnax essentially wants the exact opposite. They want a much later game. They want to see 802. They would really love to see 803. But that's going to be solely dependent on how Crazy Dentist's team plays this out. They need to make some decision making happen here. They are in the driver's seat for this game, but right now they're just letting it kind of coast down. They're just coasting down the highway. They need to start doing some spins and stuff,
Well put.
Don't know you can do that at car, but
In my opinion, I think Crazy Dentist should keep scouting, to be honest, because again, as we've seen from the previous games, map awareness is just so important, and Although they do have vision on one player, they don't have vision on Cortnax, on only Rex, and again, the player they do have vision on has already started
has a tower.
turtling up
Mm-hmm.
towers, and so it's not going to be an easy ride into their base.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. Sorry, Paul Walker memes. Real quick, jumping over to Cortnax, you're right. There are now 2 towers up. One of them, Tonks has an upgraded tower in his main base, and then a tower towards, I believe, Teabag. So there is no way on Odin's green Northgard that he is going to be able to get into that tile anytime soon. And actually, the more I the more I look
a lot
at
of army coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of army on Teabag's side, Crazy Dentist's side. Dr. Wolf, I'm expecting him to pull. Perhaps he's only got 4 warband at the moment, but he's building buildings right now.
I think it's important to note real quick before this engagement begins, on Cortnax's side of the map, there are kobolds that are actually blocking his side. So it might be that he's turtling up, but this might also be his only routes to enter and exit for both teams. So we might actually have a bit of a choke point on this map, and Tonks is the funnel.
Yeah, all the warriors are coming out now. They're trying to get past this bear on Cortnax's side. Just quickly dodging. I can't really see who has the greater number advantage at this stage in this fight.
Right now, I would probably put it more in favor of Crazy Dentist's team. Only Rex does have, I believe, 10 axe throwers out, but it is currently only 10 axe throwers. So in terms of straight numbers, it is in Crazy Dentist's favor. But now that there are some shield bearers and warriors now in assist here with Cortnax, I would definitely favor Team Cortnax much more heavily than Team Crazy Dentist. And actually, it looks like they recognize it too.
If I were on Team Cortnax's side, yeah, here we see they're going in because they don't see one of the players in, but all 3 players on Cortnax's side are present. I really want to see Dr. Wolf in this engagement. If you're committing this much, you have to commit. Everyone on your team has to commit.
He's got some units coming in. But yeah, I think they need to defend on this tile, or oh goodness, Crazy Dentist needs to be very aware that his units didn't run. And oh, they're going for it. They're going straight for the food silo. I would think that they would actually go for the other tile where none of the units were, kind of just forcing them to play the situational game. But it looks like, yeah, they're gonna pretty much just kind of hunker down on Teabag's base, and well, they're gonna have to pull a miracle here, because there are some more units streaming over here from Dr. Wolf, but essentially everything that you see here is everything that they're going to have to defend. This Draugr actually pushing in, kind of being a bro here, trying to do a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough here to kill an army, to say the least.
The axes will just eat them up.
The units are in. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're waiting around this long to. Oh, that was actually an opportunity. Only Rex's units pretty far away from, I believe that was Cortnax's. So just a little bit of waiting, or a little bit of patience would have probably seized them that half army. And it looks like, yeah, they're pretty much just going to go after all these tiles. Let Teabag pretty much just suffer with his low unit count, and all the units are here. What they should do, they need to get into that middle tile. Teabag needs to be off of his own territory so that he can get that plus, I believe, 15% bonus damage. So they need to fight on this fish tile if they want to, have a fighting chance here against this army.
Well, the problem is he has not even at 200 fame, though. So that's he
oh
won't even get that benefit from attacking. In my opinion, it was too early to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
He was not prepared. He didn't even have Conqueror as Wolf.
Oh my goodness! And
so
Dr. Wolf
all that extra attacking, those buffs that you get as Wolf, you did not have.
Dr. Wolf just lost one of his sheep tiles as well to just a random Draugr. Ooh. I'm roboting. Beep boop. Come on. Okay, well, oh, come on. Sorry, guys. I think my stream just crashed kind of hard.
And forcing them.
Okay, there we go.
Forcing the other team to engage.
Why do I have no microphone? Okay, hello. Sorry about that. I think the stream just crashed out for a second, but we're back. Sorry about that.
Oh no, Dr. Wolf is slowly losing tiles just from the neutrals.
False, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you're good.
Perfect. Sorry about that. I think my Discord crashed for a second. I wanted to point out while this engagement's been going on, first off, Yellow they're actually they're slightly contained right now, and if they want to push into Crazy Dentist's base, they can, but they're gonna get contained, and this will be a trapped army. Oh, they're gonna go for it. I don't like this decision. But just real quick, Dr. Wolf actually lost one of his sheep tiles to just a random Draugr, so kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
They need to figure out what they want to do here, because this army, they're pretty much going to give up all these tiles for free, and it's not game ending, but that's a big deal. I mean, that's a lot of food and also wood for the production of those buildings that are going to just be completely lost.
I don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe winter, but again, it's now or never.
Yeah.
Because if they fight, like waiting all this time, they're just hemorrhaging resources. They're hemorrhaging tiles and buildings.
They backed off.
What was all that waiting for? You know?
Yeah.
Are they gonna do engagement, or are they just gonna sit around and just let them take their tile?
I don't know, but here comes the choo-choo train straight for Teabag's base, and it's gonna get real ugly in Teabag's base real fast. The axe throwers are actually really well positioned defensively. Yeah, they're gonna just stance up here. What was all that waiting for? They pretty much just lost all their tiles for nothing. Engagement comes in, but those warriors from Dr. Wolf are just chasing one warrior or one axe thrower. Big deal.
Oh no.
It's getting ugly, and it looks like the defenders might just pull it off, but there's axe throwers sitting in the back having a grand old time just murdering everything.
Yeah, the Berserker doing a lot of work, but
stayed alive.
Man, it doesn't look good. Even after if they win this fight, so much has been lost for that. You know, thinking about it, what was the point of waiting all that time?
Exactly.
They could have defended with all those villagers and all those units just as easily. Wow.
Whoa, Dr. Wolf, what are those units doing? What are those units? False, you're roboting. This is rough. There we go.
There's even more warriors made already, and I see Dr. Wolf is retaliating onto Tonks' tile.
Yep. Did you see those warriors casually just like teleport through that Valkyrie tile?
Yeah. If you if you click on a tower, they just ignore all terrain.
Really?
For some reason. That will be fixed.
Oh my goodness. So apparently you can cast the ability Windwalk. I don't know if any Warcraft fans out there, and just kind of phase through anything as long as you're targeting a tower. Some warriors here out for Court and Axe, but this is actually a pretty good resistance fight or reaction push here, I should say, from Team Crazy Dentist, and it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
What's interesting to see is that there's T-Bag still has a decent amount of gold left in his reserves, and
they're backing off. Indecision here. Dr. Wolf wants to stay, but the other two are leaving. That could be a big pick here if Dr. Wolf isn't careful.
He's backing up now.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't really know what he's planning on doing.
I'm kind of surprised that
because if they back up, they're just gonna get attacked.
Yeah, I really think that they're throwing away what little lead they had there for just a second, even just a second of a time. They could have at least pressured his base, maybe killed some villagers at least. I mean, Tonks even said he only has 3 villagers, so it's a 2v1 or a 2v3. Looks like Court and Axe is just now they're gonna push straight to Teabag. Oh, hello. False. Can't hear me. Stream, why you bully? Okay. Well, we're having some Discord difficulties. The woes of the Discord difficulties. D- Okay, so while this is going on, though, sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. There is a big push going into... There we go. Hello?
Yeah, I think Discord server crashed.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Well, as we were trying to figure all that out, it does look like Defender's advantage for Teabag is going to keep him in this fight, though Rex is trying desperately just to dance around. I think the players actually reset. I think everyone's basically back to zero when it comes to resources and value.
One thing to note is that only Rex has now gotten food trades, so that gold is going to be coming in. Cornax saying
11.
wants a feast, and man, that of course with goat getting that extra 30% on production bonus on feasts, that's gonna let them rebound insanely fast.
Yeah, and 7
Rex getting
happiness.
Plus 22, probably plus 25 gold now, being able to retaliate
That's
with
nice.
plus 7 happiness. This is just insane, especially after taking all those tiles.
There
Crazy
is
Dance's team is just back to square one, while all Cornax's team has to do is just wait for population to come.
I think, yeah, the Discord channel did crash because it looks like it's also occurring to the players as well.
Oh no,
Cornax is not able to
yeah,
hear Rex, so looks like now it's really going to have to come down to communication on in game, as they're going to have to.
What's important is that all those buildings were lost, so all that warband was also lost.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Teabag only having 2 warband. If they push right now, he will not be able to retaliate whatsoever.
Even then, I mean, it's going to be so long until he can really do much of anything. I mean, it's just a war chief right now. It's literally just a war chief. Teabag has 2 happiness and what, 6 villagers?
Yeah,
And
it's
he
not
can't.
looking good. Also, I want to make another note. Just the map awareness again. I don't just constantly stressing this point.
Mhm.
Look at how much Cortanax's team has scouted out versus Crazy Dentist's team. Although they did scout out again, as I said, one of the players did not scout out any other player, and I feel like that just let them.
That's a big deal. No,
It didn't let them make the right decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an absolutely a big deal because all they oh goodness, all they have right now is they and I think one of the biggest reasons why they didn't push in was because all they saw was Tonks's tile. That one tile from Tonks. They didn't see any of Cortanax or Rex's base, and because of that, they backed off. When we at least from our eyes in the sky, we knew that they were ahead.
One thing about Wolf that I like to do at this point, you should have Conqueror, and if you have a
Oh, here
lot of
comes
the
the kill
enemies
push.
scouted, you can honestly pull away enemies because you capture tiles so quickly. But now we're seeing
nope.
a lot of shield bearers, a lot of units coming in, and the concede.
Goat
concede
balance
is coming out from Teabag.
Yeah, what is it? I think it's 6 axe throwers, 7 shield bearers, and another like 10 or so warriors. Yeah, that's game. That's pretty much game.
Yeah.
So Dr. Wolf gonna stay until the bitter end, but let's go ahead and jump into the rest of our players and see if we can possibly get some semblance of possibly another game to play.
Maybe.
Let's hop to Oh goodness, these mics. These channels are all derped all to nightmares. I'm awaiting endpoint right now, but nope, nothing. Oh goodness, Discord, why are you bad? Goat Clan is totally balanced, balanced Goat Clan. To be fair, right? They survived. They survived to a point where they could actually be viable, and I think that's something that we need to note. It's absolutely Northgard servers are down. Where should we talk? Agu. Okay. Let's see, we need Cortex. Got nope. Roshi, Kaiser, Gecko. Oh, we also need only Rex. That's important. Cashers, and I believe that's everybody that we were going to talk to, so. There we go. Hey,
Hey, sorry, I'm just yeah, Discord's being annoying, so we need to get another Discord server and get all these people into it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them into here. Yeah, I mean, it looks like I think Teabag already left, so at the most, we'll probably see the match ending once Dr. Wolf leaves. Hey, Rex. There we go.
Hey, we are killing Wolf right now. He's not surrendering.
It's stubborn.
Hello.
Hello. I had Cortex. Okay, so we got Cortex. What a 3 games. What a bunch of games.
For sure. For sure.
Hello.
Hey,
Man,
Dentist.
those were some good games.
Yeah, really though.
Yeah, we're a lot of fun.
Oh goodness. Did I just seriously
It's really
delete
fun to
my away
cast,
from
too.
keyboard? Are you serious? I can't believe I just did that. Okay. And let me do
Alright, it's over.
that. The deed is done.
GG.
Hey, what's up?
Hey guys. All right.
Hey.
There we go.
Where is Teabag?
Move to bottom.
I think he left
Yeah.
already. He's
okay.
not in game anymore, so maybe he had to go somewhere.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, so someone else is taking his place.
Well, we only were set for 3. I mean, if you guys want to do more games, I would love to have that. But we will need step in.
Oh no. I would need to go.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I have to go as well.
If you should take another step in.
I assumed as much. Well, can we real quick before we head out? Thoughts of those games? Can we start with game 1? We noticed that Dentist, at least on your team's side, the map awareness was, at least from our eyes in the sky, it seemed like one of the reasons that you guys really didn't decide to push in. What was your thought process when you were making that first initial push?
No, the first thing, to be honest, was that we were scattered because if we did not have proper sync, like if we had a proper sync, we could have easily pushed the first game. We were actually confused whether to attack or whether to defend, so we were just like deciding what to do, and everybody wants to rush in, someone wants to stay, so it happens, in the game, and there was some. Lack of synchronization. The second game, because we were all pissed, I was pissed, like literally, but we all did it. We put in an effort. We decided. We actually gave out roles. We said that this person will carry out this, and what do you call dentist will carry out this. It was pretty much synchronized, and we were able to push second game.
Okay.
And one of the things that was to our advantage was that their team member was like a bit far away from the other 2, so this was to our advantage. This actually helped us also because what I think from their point of view, they should have attacked me instead of attacking what's his name, Teabag. because
Yeah,
you had actually a one tile access towards me, and I had no towers, so like that would have been much better for you. And the third game, that was bullshit, literally, because uh, because I did not even have. I just had one war cam,
Mm.
and then all of a sudden, both of you were like with all the army, and we were ready.
I would like to point out, I believe you guys actually had a massive, both Loris ruins and shipwreck advantage. I think you had like 4
Yes,
to Courtnax's
yes.
1.
I had 7 sheeps. Like I had
Uh,
7
What?
sheeps.
In the third game?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the third game, I had 7 sheeps,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
I what I wanted T-Bag to do was clear the map, but he wanted to invade early. He said
yeah,
that no, we
but
should have
if
said,
we,
yeah.
that's like
If
the
we
thing. If
cleared-
we defend
yes.
with the Wolf Clan, he will of course have
Yes.
minus 30% or like around
True.
that
Mm.
number
True,
attack
Yeah.
damage.
But if he cleared the map,
Hang on,
but
Wolf.
if he
Hang on. Hang on, man. Let the people speak.
All right, sure.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Like Rex was really pushing on having us in their tile, obviously, to not let them have the advantage, the wolf advantage.
mhm.
And it played out quite well because we just got tile after tile after tile.
Yeah, a big thing about that was I just noticed it was like you just took tiles and then you had one big fight, but there wasn't really any point in waiting for that fight. I don't know why they didn't just attack you.
Yeah, like
That's
they could have
so-
taken that fight in the very beginning because they had the
Exactly.
advantage all the way along.
Mhm.
Yes, that's exactly what I was suggesting. But when one team member says that we should defend, so like I had to stick to it. But one of my initial at that stage was attack them. But it's all right. There will be more games to come, and definitely there will be a proper synchronization. I see.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah, like
it comes with time.
It
it's the
comes
first
with time.
game.
Also,
like-
communication.
None of the teams have practiced together either. So
Yeah, again, this is just sort of a
Tonks
we put it
was
together.
missing. Tonks was missing from voice for the third game.
Oh no.
Therefore, I found the
And,
games like
Only Rex lagged out, so in the end it was just me in Discord talking.
Oh, rip.
It was going all robot voice, so I couldn't hear him at all.
Yeah, I think the Discord
had
for
that too with
Northgard
my team.
crashed. Oh, sorry, that's
like,
Yeah,
I
that might
completely
have been.
crashed out.
we threw a wrench into the last match to get it a little, we spice it up a little bit so that you guys would have to really think on your feet.
Yeah.
We DDoSed the entire Northgard server.
Yeah, man. Getting chat running again.
Yeah, exactly. False Jet, any questions real quick?
No, I'm just really glad that we could put this all together and
Yeah.
and seeing all the people watching and being able to cast this as well. It was really fun, and hopefully this sets a precedent for future awesome competitive show matches or even tournaments.
Of course. All right, so starting from the top then, Courtnax, anything to say before you go? Any plugins or anything?
Well, definitely the clan balance in 3v3. It seems kind of static at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We see no boar in play,
Yeah, that was interesting.
and Raven was not working out at all. I could have done the same with Stag, just gotten more because of the 200 fame bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Since the meta game is like this right now, you just have to go either turtle or full rush. There's no in between right now.
Okay. Dr. Wolf?
So
I like what Cortenax is trying to say. I think that the balance should be there. That's true, but it actually depends on NG, like RNG, the area you get and
Yeah.
the things that you get. Like for instance, if you take goat and you get like 2 sheeps, it's not worth it. And even if you get raven and you don't have like more than 1 coast, like at least you need 3 coast, so it's pointless having a raven. But there is in between game. There is definitely in between game, and in between game usually comes in when, for instance, you're going for map special or you're trying to push in wisdom or something. And then definitely in between game definitely comes into play. Other than that, what I think is we need more of such,
What the
practice.
fuck is going on in here?
Oh, Jesus God. Hang on.
All right.
That was epic.
Sorry, that's
And-
we're using
yeah,
we're using
sorry.
my casual channel, so randoms
just-
can
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
special guest, I guess.
Special guest.
Only Rex, anything from you, man?
Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the map currency. The third game, I only had 2 ships, but I did manage to support my ass by trading food.
Mm-hmm.
The second game, we just overcommit to trying to decline the wolf player to get iron, to get upgrades and berserker, but it backfired too much.
Okay. And
And for the clan balance, well, it is a team game, so not all clans can go for early
mm-hmm.
rush.
Again, that's gonna change with the combat.
Of course.
Yeah, just gonna wait for the badge to come out, new badge combat update.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
also shout out to
Crazy.
my viewers
Oh, there we go.
that are here. And that's everything for me.
Sorry, Rex. I didn't mean to step over you like that.
Rude.
Yeah, rude boy. Dentist.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I would actually say, yeah, the 3v3 meta right now is like really aggressive and maybe gonna be quite hard to make it a little bit more defensive or sustaining, so you don't have the real strong 801 rush. But yeah, I still thought these games were really fun, but I think in the long extent it would be good to maybe, yeah, get the shipwreck buff a little bit lower or, yeah, the ruin buff.
All right, cool. Well, thank you
Mirror
guys.
maps would solve it.
Yeah, well, thank you everyone
Yeah,
that
it
was
would be
that
cool.
came out to the events, and thank you players for taking some time to
Thanks for having
play
me.
today. Yeah, shouts to Cortnax, Dr. Wolf, Only Rex, Crazy Dentist, Teabag, and Tonks. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
All right.
shout out to Ghost
Thanks a
for
lot.
planning all this. Thanks for
thank
having
you,
us.
thank you.
We're
Thanks a
really-
lot. And
Shout outs to the
it was
moderator
great, good
staff
effort.
and the stream and those
Good effort.
guys.
And of course,
And
thanks False for yeah, casting this with Ghost.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, thanks
That was
Ghost and
great.
Force for the
Congrats.
commentary.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and all of this
I-
should be uploaded by like tonight, so you'll be able to see all of it.
Awesome.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Alright,
Thank
we
you.
look
Nice.
forward to it.
Excellent. Well, you guys have a great night, good evening, good day, or whatever time zone you guys are in. And talk to you guys later, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye. False, if you want to just hang out for a bit so we can kind of wrap it up.
Yeah.
Awesome. And yeah, see you guys later, Rex and Dentist. I'm going to move you guys to AFK. Boink. Boink. Yeah, of course. So, thank you to everyone that was here for the stream. You guys are fantastic as always. Shout outs to my fantastic co-caster False for pitching in at the last minute to be my co-caster and also hunt down some players for me because we were like 30 minutes before this started and there was nobody. So I was pretty much crapping bricks at the end there, but of course False did a fantastic job at just organizing and helping keeping me sane. So thank you very much, False, for your help.
No problem. Anytime. Yeah, I don't really have any shoutouts. I'm just
Alright.
excited to see that this type of community it's sort of tight knit, you know, but
Mhm.
it's very dedicated, and I can see big things for this game if it really takes off.
Awesome.
Excited for that. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you don't have anything else to say, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream, and we will be good to go.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone that was here for the stream. Of course, shout out to False _ you can check him out at False _ TV, and definitely
TV _
False TV _. You can always check out him streaming. He streams very often, so definitely go and give him some love. And we will be good. So thank you to everyone that was here for the stream. As always, shout outs to the Northgard community, the devs, and of course the moderating staff that was in the Twitch channel. You guys also helped make this a fantastic and fun game for everybody. So thank you guys, and talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.